Today I'm going to be making fried chicken. You're watching The Bear Pantry Show. Okay, so fried chicken is pretty easy. I've got some chicken parts here. It's not really a whole chicken because we kind of cut up 2 chickens and kind of use some off of it, but it has enough of the parts that I want to show you. All I did was ricotta, salt and pepper. Of course, you can trade out ricotta for paprika or paprika. Then in this bowl, I've got like a cup of flour. I'm going to do 2 cups because those are quite a few pieces of chicken. I'm going to add some cayenne because that's what I like in my fried chicken. Some black pepper, some salt. I don't want to go too heavy on the salt and stuff on this because salt's already on the chicken, okay? So that's going to be the dry part of the batter. That's the wet part of the batter. I've got a couple of eggs, and you can use whole milk, you can use buttermilk, but I'm choosing to use coconut milk. This is a whole can, but I'm only going to use some of it, all right? That's about a little bit more than a quarter of the can to do the wet part. Now, if you were using like wet pepper sauce, like the Marie Sharp or the Hot Mamas from Belize, you would put it in this part, but I'm not doing that because I already put it in the dry part. And so basically, fried chicken is real simple for me. And fried chicken is one of these things that I'm constantly trying to improve. I don't think by any means that mine is the best recipe that there is, but I'm constantly trying to improve it. I've tried before too, like other people do, where they dip it in dry, then wet, then dry. It doesn't really make a big difference for me, so I'm just gonna do it in one. So this is just the chicken neck, and I'm gonna kind of like douse it really good in the wet and mix it around really well in the dry. And then usually I get like a platter to set that on, but I want to show you another piece. So let's get like a piece of thigh and just kind of douse it really well in the wet, just like that. No fanciness. Keep moving things around like musical bowls because I don't really want to move the camera. But that's all it is. Some people put this in a plastic or paper sack or something and shake it up, and I've tried all of that too, but this just seems less messy. And what I do is I kind of shake it off really good before I put it in the hot oil. So let me get the other pieces coated, and then I'm going to move over to the stove, all right? So this is the extras that I have in this bowl here, okay? Because I can't fit it on the platter. So let me show you how we start to do the fried chicken. First of all, guys, I didn't measure out the cooking oil, and I'm using canola oil. Use whatever cooking oil you want. I know some people even use shortening, but I didn't measure it out because that's going to go according to the size pot that you're using. Because I could tell you I put 5 cups of oil in this pot right here, and then find out you need less because you're using a smaller pot. So I want to show you what we're looking for. Just that the oil is just kind of resting at the halfway point on the chicken. We don't really want it to cover the whole piece of chicken, all right? So I'm just putting in these coated pieces. I heated up the oil for 5 minutes too, by the way. Putting them in here. I think I'll be able to get my extras that's in the red bowl in the pot too. So and I'm using a non-stick Tefal or Teflon, whatever that non-stick material is, skillet here, but of course you can use cast iron, which does it really well too. It gets it real crispy, but my cast iron pot is too small, and I don't want to go more than 2 rounds of this waiting for this to be done, because usually when I'm doing fried chicken, I'll be honest with you, is because it's a quick meal. I've come home tired from work, like today is Saturday and I had to go work, but I came home hungry and tired. We had the chicken prepared. It's going to take too long to stew it, or to make Belizean stew chicken. So we're doing fried chicken. And let me try to time it and tell you how long it takes to cook on each side. And I'm also going to come back and show you what I do with the thighs and the legs only. The other pieces, like the backs and the wings and the bony pieces, you don't really have to do anything with those more than fry them on each side. But the legs and the thighs, I do something to them to make sure that they're cooking in the middle, okay? So I'll show you that in a few minutes, and I'll tell you how long it takes. So this has been going on high fire or high heat for 10 minutes, okay? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use this serving fork to just flip them over The reason I don't use thongs to flip them over is because, see, this is a thigh right here, and this is what I wanted to show you. I'm going to go with the serving fork, and I'm going to poke right in to the thigh. See right there? Let me have Jada zoom in. Poke right into the thigh, and the bone is right in the middle. The bone is right in the middle there, okay? And I'm poking through because by doing that, I call it like coring it. I don't know if that's the right cooking term for it, but see the fork's coming through that end? And by doing that, I'm releasing all that blood that's trapped in the bone, and I'm opening an area for the oil to seep in and have the thigh cook. We want to do that with the leg too. Let me go ahead and flip the leg. And when I first started doing fried chicken, you guys, you know, fried chicken is not as simple as people let you believe, because when I first started doing it, and all the rest of the parts were cooked, the bony parts, and then right here when you bite inside to the bone, it was pink and raw and uncooked, and you know that you cannot eat chicken uncooked, right? So I'm coring that one. And the legs and the thighs always stay a little bit longer than the rest of the pieces. So right here, this is just a big fat wing, the drumette part of the wing that's just kind of fat. And these are other breast parts. I know these parts don't even look recognizable because we as Belizeans, we tend to cut the chicken into all types of pieces so it can go longer, right? So these are all breasts that are cut into like a bajillion pieces here. So this is another piece of breast right here that I'm flipping. So it's kind of hot, so I'm using my little fork to help me out. And this is the back. Have you ever noticed when you go to the fried chicken joints and you get the back is attached to the breast, right? Oh no, we're gonna serve a back by itself because there's too many people to feed sometimes in a Belizean person's family. And you know, when I was little, they never used to make fried chicken because the meat always tends to kind of shrink up when it's fried chicken, and it doesn't go as long as stewed chicken. So this is like a treat when we could get this, and really and truly we'd usually get it from a restaurant. I'll tell you at the end what restaurant to see who are Belizeans that was raised back in the 70s and in Belize like me that will know this one specific restaurant that used to make the best fried chicken. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask that as a little trivia. You guys tell me which restaurant used to make the best fried chicken in Belize. I'll give you the answer at the end of the video, all right? So there we go. We're going to let that cook for another 10 minutes. We're going to watch the bony parts like the wings and stuff to see if they're getting too overdone. We don't want it to get too dry. We're going to take those out, you know, if we need to take them out before 10 minutes. But I already know the legs and the thighs are going to have to go at least 10 more minutes. So 10 minutes on each side, and then I still have a little bit more pieces to put in the pan. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes, okay? So we still have 5 more minutes to go, but I turned the camera back on because I wanted you guys to see right there. You see that blood? See the red right there or the pink? I know it's kind of distorted. Let me zoom out a little bit. But you see all that red and that pink right there? This is actually the blood that's now being released from near the bone in that thigh that I told you guys about, see? And that's what you want released. When I used to do fried chicken when I first learned, oh my goodness, Joe would throw that piece away. The leg and the thigh, he's like, I can't eat that. I'm going to get salmonella, see? That's why you need to core it in there. And I don't know what the grand chefs do, but this is what I do to make sure that it's cooked because I don't want to get nobody sick, all right? So in a few minutes, I'm going to show you what I do to the pieces when I take them out of the fire, or out of the oil rather. All right, so some of the breasts, and the breasts are the easiest parts to cook. So some of them are done. So I'm going to take that piece out, and it's right at about 20 minutes for these pieces, okay? They're still moist. They're not overdone. We don't want any of this stuff to be overdone. So, and this is all I'm putting in here is in a colander. I know some people put it on paper to stop up the oil stuff. I put it there to drain. We're not taking out the legs or the thighs. The wing for sure is done. We don't want that overcooked because it's going to be too crunchy. This back is done. And this is usually attached to the breast when you get fried chicken from the fried chicken joints. This is the neck, and me and Joe are going to fight over this. We love the neck. So basically that's all I'm doing is taking out the bony parts. So this was a total of 20 minutes, 10 minutes on each side. The fire is on high the whole time. And I'm just going to get the other pieces out except for the leg and the thighs, all right? Those still need a little bit more to go. And then we're going to be done, and I'll show you the finished product on a platter. So here's our fried chicken. This is not all of it. I still have some going. But see, it's crispy. And I've tried it, you know, before with the cereal and like the corn flakes and all that, and the Planko and all that stuff. Planko has too much preservatives for me. It really gets me sick when I try that. So I'm just going straight up flour and that milk batter. And this is how I make my fried chicken. And I am constantly buying cookbooks anywhere I can find to see other people's fried chicken recipe, because I always think that I can improve on this meal. But for right now, this is Barbara or the Bear Pantry style fried chicken for right now, okay? Hope you enjoy. How many of you as Belizeans remember fried chicken from China Inn? My grandmother used to live on Euphrates Avenue, and it was pretty close to China Inn, and that's all the fried chicken I would remember. They would never make fried chicken at home because the chicken is too small already, and when you fry it, it kind of dries up on you and you get less meat. So they would always stew the chicken and not make fried chicken. But over here in America, my son Jory absolutely loves fried chicken, so I make it pretty often. I'd say every couple of months, once every couple of months. He would love for me to make it more often than that, but it's not really healthy for you, right, with all that oil. Anyways, I hope you guys try this. Replace, you know, the milk with coconut milk, and I promise you it's going to taste different. And of course, I love the cayenne pepper. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you again, take care.